Hi everyone, and welcome to this session on digital skills. So I know what you're going to be saying. Look, Steve, we don't need this, but you do, and let me explain why. So Skills for Care brought out the process called fundamental skills or core skills. And in core skills, part of the care certificate, they said, look, every member of staff should have basic English, basic maths, and basic digital skills. And it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Because we're now all online. And equally, when we think about IT and digital skills, it has so much to offer. And the problem is AI, so the assistive technology and artificial intelligence is now progressing at the speed of light. And if we don't move our staff along with this, we are going to fall behind. And technology is advancing health and social care, again, at the speed of light. So things around doing vital signs and kind of data analysis for dipsticks and urine analysis and using ChatGPT to kind of come up with diagnoses. And it's just advancing. And we need to move with it, because if we don't, we're going to be left behind. So the aim of my digital skills classes is to start to bridge some of these gaps with people. We're going to start off really basic and we're going to work our way up through the weeks. And then hopefully by the end of this, your staff will have the digital skills that they should need to perform their role well. So it doesn't matter whether you're an expert or a newbie at this, there's going to be something in here for everyone. So I want to start off in session one, just looking at what Skills for Care are offering and their support, because they actually have loads of stuff available. So I'm going to flick over to my Skills for Care screen. And then here, hopefully, you will be able to see the Digital Skills in Leadership Training Program. So here, you can see on the Skills for Care page that they've got their own framework. So I'll pop this link below. But basically on here, if we start at the top, they have their digital skills framework. So there's loads of free resources in the Skills for Care website to enhance your staff's performances. My next video that I'm going to do is looking at Google, which I know we all have, but there's so many great functions at Google that can really help people, maybe if they're dyslexic or English as a second language, or just trying to improve their writing. And we'll look at different things as we go through this. But here, under the digital framework, it's looking at putting people at the heart of care and looking at how digital skills can improve their staff. So it's got objectives for the framework. So that's to define what digital skills are and how healthcare professionals can use them, help social care employees and staff to identify how they can develop themselves, and then provide direction to learning providers on the topics that they can cover. So functional skills have now just brought out a new digital skills, functional skills, so just like English and maths. So again, it may be the case of just going to your training provider and saying, look, can you offer this? Again, most of this is online. And I appreciate the fact that we do loads of training anyway. But we are talking about basic things, using iPads, using phones, and using the computer. So here, who's it for? So it's for anyone working in adult social care, people working in social care, managers, local authorities, learning providers, learning and development managers, and other people. So why was the framework developed? So pre-2021, there was a growing area and a complete recognition of the importance of digital skills. And this was identified within the Department of Education in 2018, and they come up with the Essential Digital Skills Framework. This was reinforced by more digital working during the pandemic. And I think the pandemic truly gave birth to a new era of digital working. The problem is after it, we've kind of gone back to our old ways. So in December 2021, People at the Heart of Care and the Adult Social Care Technology and Digital Skills Review was published. So there's a whole publication on this that you can have a look at. Equally, you can access the framework via the Skills for Care website. And then this was launched in and around the 16th of May 2023. And you can see on there, there's a video there about digital frameworks for adults in social care. I'm not going to repeat it, but it's 1 hour and 24 minutes. So it gives you a real idea about all of the support that's there. They also brought out the Digital Leadership Programme. So this was for managers or people working at a more senior level to improve their digital skills. It's a 4-day programme. It's delivered virtually. And again, it looks at digital basics, looking at leadership and transformational change, looking at co-production, and looking at how to keep data safe. So again, a really important set of skills. Looking at digital technology in social care. So looking at this then, we're looking at understanding how to access it, looking at cybersecurity, understanding different types of technology in social care. And equally, Barclays brought out some free e-learning support for adult social care workers called Digital Eagles. So there's lots of resources there. But what I would highly recommend you do in services is find somebody who is digital savvy and use them as a champion and get them to really help boost this. Because ultimately, we know good digital skills can improve confidence at work, productivity. It can save time and all of this report writing and analysing, etc., etc. And it has this connectivity and this communication piece. And as we go through these sessions, you will see me using different technology types. Now, I'm also a member of the Society of Education and Training. I don't know if you can see this. We'll try. It's called Intuition. And basically, because I'm a qualified teacher, it gives me stuff that's going on in the current world. Anyway, here, it basically has an article saying, we can't see that very well, but it's time for a chat. It's referring to Chat GPT, because ultimately, we know AI is now here. And what we need to be doing is embracing this within our organizations, looking at the risks, so understanding that cybersecurity piece, but looking at how we can use this to really free up our day, whether that's doing activities, menus, planners, rotas, whatever it is. There is an AI tool out there. And in the next couple of weeks, what I will do is they've done a review. I know you can't see that very well, also with the backdrop, but they've done a review on the top AI tools for making things quicker and more effective. And I guarantee you this, I've gone round, I've started showing people AI technology when I'm out doing my work-based learning. And people have been astonished at how easy it is to use and fundamentally the difference it has made. And just to give you an idea of the growth of digital skills, in the last 6 months alone, ChatGPT has now over 100 million users using it. So that's how quick it's advancing. So the reality is, we might as well jump on the bandwagon and see what we can do to really help manage that. So going back to our skills for care, on here, it's got some tools about how digital ready is your organization. So that's looking at becoming more digital savvy, making sure that you've got the right policies and procedures in place, and looking at the core digital skills in social care. And again, they've done a nice little publication on this, just looking at what core digital skills are, looking at the importance of English, maths, and IT, looking at how you can screen in interview processes, and obviously making sure that staff are ready. Now, a lot of the staff that I come across when we do training, they go, "Oh, I don't like doing it online. I'd much rather do it pen and paper." The problem is, there's two problems with this. One, we're not improving your digital skills, but two, we're all making commitments about becoming more green and more cost effective. Well, why are we printing things out if it can all be done remotely or all done online? So we've got our environmental impact. And granted, you could argue, but the paper's recyclable, but ultimately we've got the ink, we've got the energy, and we just don't need to be doing it. Equally, if you're dyslexic, online is far better for you because you can highlight the text, it'll read it to you. If English is a second language, it's not a problem. You can highlight it and use Google Translate. So there's so many different parts to this that we really need to improve. Equally, ChatGPT is able to take a document and produce it in a dementia-friendly way. So you can take your policies and procedures and now produce them in a much slicker way. And when we think about CQC's accessible information standards, this is great because it means we've got a tool there and we can just do it on demand. So it doesn't take a lot of time. So looking at our skills, it's clear that we've got some work to do. There is a lot of work there for managers to ensure they're digital ready. And I think we're all responsible for dragging everyone into this, kicking and screaming if they must, but it's going to be such an important part of our roles that we can't avoid it now. And I appreciate that there's a lot of people out there that are they don't like IT. But most of us now are doing electronic care plans. Most of us now are at the point where we're doing electronic record keeping. It's just unavoidable. So what we need to be doing is bringing that support system around. So making sure that you've got your cybersecurity, your data protection up. There are learning resources on Skills for Care around those cybersecurity stuff. There are ISO standards out there, so quality assurance and governance stuff around, I think it's 27001, something like that. But it's about how you're managing your data and your servers and keeping things safe and secure. So again, just be mindful. And again, like we said, equally the use of technologies. So we're looking at artificial intelligence, we're looking at CCTV, we're looking at using technology and online systems for care planning. There is a guide to WhatsApp on here as well, which is really useful. I ended up in a conversation with a local authority around WhatsApp about, is it safe to use, is it not safe to use? So there is a wonderful guide here now. It's definitely worthwhile having a look at that guide, understanding how that works. And then finally, you've got your Barclays Digital Eagles. So looking at your Digital Eagles, and they cover all the Microsoft stuff and social media. And like I said, the next video that I'm going to do is going to be looking at our free open source stuff first. So I'm going to look at how we can use the Google stuff more if you're Google, and then we'll run through each thing. So I'm not going to be teaching you how to use every single thing. I'm just going to give you an overview of it, because ultimately, in every single platform, there are online resources. I don't need to be teaching you how to use it. I just need to show you them. And what we can do, we can look at the positives and negatives of them, to do some kind of analysis over that. So I hope you found this very first session useful. It gives you a bit of an insight. I've explained why we're now doing it, because Skills for Care have encompassed this into the care certificate. It is something that our health and social care and nursing staff should be doing, because we are now entering into that era of using technology in a much more efficient and effective way. So I wish you all the best of luck. If you need any further information, don't hesitate to leave comments below or reach out to me. And again, if you want the Skills for Care to go online and have a look at their digital skills, just go to Skills for Care, type in digital skills in a search bar, and it's going to come up. And there is so many great resources there for you. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next session.